everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Success with Ces. And today's guest is Jeff Wagner. We are here high atop the Wagner Tower, not to be confused with the Trump Tower, but Jeff and I have known each other for a long time, and especially the last 9 years or so in the real estate business. Jeff, before we get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave some comments. Jeff is an expert in the mortgage industry, and so if you've got any questions, we'll be sure to get back with you and answer your questions offline. Jeff, thanks for being here.
Great to be here. It's hard to say success with Ces. That's a tough one. You say that a few times, you stumble.
Say it 3 times in a row, real fast.
Gotcha.
Jeff, introduce yourself to the audience a little bit. Tell them a little bit about your background, and we'll get into some hot topics in the mortgage industry, current affairs, so to speak.
Sure. Jeff Wagner. I'm a mortgage banker. I'm with OneTrust Home Loans. We've been in business about 16 years. Office is right off of I-10 in Kirkwood, and my family and I have got 2 kids, live in Bel Air, so we're local folks. We really pride ourselves in that, and I just love helping people, whether it's a $50,000 home or a $2 million home. It doesn't matter. And really enjoy what I do, have a passion for it, and look forward to helping more people.
That's right. I always feel as though, and what you're talking about price, whether it's a $50,000 home, a $2 million home, you get that adrenaline rush when you consummate the deal, you're at the closing table, you're at the title company, and you get that deal closed, and you get that excitement for your client.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the hot topics in the mortgage industry? You know, there's all this talk about the inventory and increasing interest rates. So from your perspective, what do you have to share with us today?
Oh, yeah, we've been receiving an onslaught of calls right now because of interest rates. Interest rates about 6 months ago were so low that myself and almost everybody else in the mortgage industry wouldn't have believed that it would get that low. And they've ticked up the last few months, but they are still so good historically. I remember listening to my father when rates were in the 15-16%. That's unbelievable.
Yes.
You know, now rates are in the high 3s, low 4s. But what most people don't know, that each interest rate adjustment, which is 0.125, eighth of a point, it's such a minimal payment increase or decrease that it usually doesn't affect someone's ability to buy. And so it could be like maybe $30 a month on a $200,000-$300,000 home for each interest rate, because the taxes and insurance stay the same. So we're still in a great position. They have ticked up a little bit, but we're feeling very good where we are now.
So I know when I have a prospective buyer, one of the things that I discuss is your motivation. You want to get this done now and within the next 3 months, the next 6 months, or the next year. I mean, how would you advise somebody going through the mortgage process and the pre-approval?
Yeah, great question. We get that question a lot, Ces, is, hey, I may not be buying for 6 months or a year. When should I get pre-approved? The key is getting pre-approved right away, because it doesn't cost you anything. You're not committing to do business with me as the lender. But if you have some issues you need to overcome, then you have time to work on a game plan, and I help you with the game plan. So it's always important, whether you get pre-approved with me or another lender, to do it now, sooner than later, and then you are prepared to strike when the iron's hot.
Right. I think proper preparation leads to a successful transaction and getting into the property that you want.
Yes.
So, you know, what about locking in rates, buying down points? You know, what are some of those issues all about?
I love that question, because it's purely a ROI and numbers. You can show somebody exactly, does it make sense? So you can't lock in an interest rate until you have an accepted contract. Then it means you sign it, the seller signs it, now it's go time. Then we discuss locking in the rate. I'll give you an example. Say if you locked in a rate today at 3.875, but you said, hey, I want a lower rate. I want 3.75, which is 1 increment less. And say it's a $200,000 loan as an example.
Okay.
we could charge 1 point, means 1% of the loan, which is $2,000.
Okay.
And say if you're
To buy down the interest.
buy down to
right.
get to that lower rate.
Okay.
And so a math equation, you save $40 a month in that situation. So 50 months times 40 is 2,000. You'd recover your money in 50 months. So
A little over 4 years.
a little over 4 years. Most of the time it doesn't make sense. We as a lender are not financially motivated, whichever way you do, but my job, I pride myself, is walking through a specific scenario with you and going over a timeline. The reality
Right.
is most people don't stay in the home long term, and it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it does, but we
Right.
love that question.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I go over with my clients is the horizon in the home. Is this your forever home, or is this your first time purchase, trying to get some equity in the deal, and then upgrading as your family gets larger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, anything else that prospective buyers need to do in terms of preparing themselves for the pre-approval process?
Yeah, good question. It's credit is very important. Your credit score, it's a very sensitive issue to most people, so it's important for the lender to take a look at your credit and liabilities.
Right.
And it's just simple math. We find out, how much income you have, monthly gross income on the left side of the ledger. On the right side, we look at credit and liabilities. And the liabilities a lender looks at, it's called revolving debt. So those are things like card payments, student loans, credit card monthly payments. So we're not looking at your health club membership or cell phone bill. And then we can quickly determine what's a responsible number for you.
Right.
And so it's important to have the lender take a look at those items. It's also important, I feel, to work with someone local, whether it's me or someone else in town, rather than some lender out of state or internet. That's where we see problems, especially it's how busy it is right now. So you want someone local on your side, you know where their office is, and they're accountable.
That's right. That's a great point, Jeff. One of the things that I advise my clients is to have a relationship with the lender, somebody that picks up the phone, somebody that communicates, somebody that you can visit in their office here atop the Wagner Tower. And so Jeff does make himself available. And if it's difficult for you to come out to the Katy Freeway office, then Jeff, you'll
Absolutely.
go
Meet you
visit
where you are.
Yeah. So we just passed Valentine's Day. Jeff and Lori, how's everything going on the home front?
It's great. For those of you who have kids out there, you know how it is. It's crazy 24/7, but I wouldn't change anything about it. I'm very fortunate in life with great friends, a great company, and great kids. So
Yeah, I know. And a new property down in Galveston?
yeah, we bought a property in Galveston, and we're renting it out, but we're using it a lot too. I love Galveston.
Okay.
I love just sitting out on the back porch and reading and just listening to the ocean. It's my escape.
That's awesome. I've got a lot of friends that have investment properties down there in Galveston. And so you work with investment properties as well.
Absolutely. I love talking to whether you've never bought an investment property or 10. I love strategizing about it. I've done it myself. And it's real estate is 90% of the wealth in this country is tied to real estate. So I'm passionate about talking about it and helping people. And I try to be a giver, not a taker. And I'm going to give you the best advice possible, even if I don't do your mortgage.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we're here with Jeff Wagner with OneTrust Home Loans today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave your comments or questions, and we'll certainly get back with you. Jeff, how do the folks get in touch with you?
Best is my cell phone number, 713-927-6003. Email address is long, so just call, text me after business hours or weekends. I'm happy to help you.
Great. Well, thanks once again for joining Success with Ces, and stay tuned for the next episode coming at you real soon. Bye now.
Bye.